Hello and welcome to a narrated video tour for 94 Bedros Lane, Suite 111 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. This is a 2-bedroom plus den 2-bathroom condo, and this condo corporation is known as the Sea Ridge. And there is the building itself, and this condo is spectacular. Beautiful finishes, amazing views, and very, very spacious. And the layout is great too. So what we'll do is we'll walk up to the building and I'll explain a few things. Visitor parking is actually just over there. You can see my red truck. So you just go down here, you go to the right, and that's where visitor parking is. When you're renting a condo, specifically if it's a nice condo, which this certainly is, it's a wonderful opportunity for a tenant because the landlord or the owner pays for the condo fees, but yet the tenant gets a benefit from those condo fees. So what does that mean? That means that everything that the condo fees pay for, the tenant gets to play with. So there's a gym, there's one underground parking spot, there's a live-in superintendent, exterior maintenance year-round, so all the beautiful grounds that you're seeing here, snow removal, all included in the rent. Also, some of the utilities are included, and that's your heat, your hot water, and your water usage as well. So that means that the only thing that the tenant has to pay for utility-wise would of course be your internet and whatnot, and your power. We've contacted Nova Scotia Power to get some estimates on what that should feel like with regards to a monthly cost, and that's in the fillette itself. So now we're approaching the front door, and there's a little overhang that you can see here, so that's great for weather when you're coming and going. All right, so now we're coming to the front door, and it is a secure building. So I'll just back up so you can see the foyer. So there's the intercom, so people would buzz you, it would probably go to your cell phone and you would let them in. And it is a secure building, as I said, so the security fobs look like this. You just touch the pad and then the door opens, and then we walk in. So I'll show you the mail room, the garbage room, and parking, so you can get an idea of where things are located in the building. So on the right-hand side, this is where your mail is. So one of these mailboxes would be associated with the unit itself. And there's for larger packages for Canada Post. And someone just walked by, so I went to the right quickly. Now we're seeing a foyer, just a beautiful foyer, nice and bright and clean and well lit. The live-in superintendent is very dedicated to her job, and she runs this building like a ship. It's beautiful, and she does a great job. So there's 2 elevators. The floor that we're going to be going to is just up the staircase. So when we come back from the parking garage, I'm just going to go up the staircase just because it's easy. So everything is on P1, as you can see here. There's another security door. So we hit that, green means go, and in we go. So this is what the parkade looks like. Again, nice and bright and clean. Super doing a great job. On the left-hand side, this is where your garbage room is. So garbage, recycling, compost, all that good stuff. See it here. Nice and close to the lobby. So easy to bring all of your items down here to this room. And your parking spot is number 20. It's on the right-hand side, so we're just going to go over it just so you can see how close it is to the lobby. And you're starting to see it now. So there you go. So parking spot number 20. And once again, a view of the parkade. And another perk that you would get to use as a tenant that the condo fees pay for is you do have a wash bay here, or a wash station. So you would park your car here. You can see the drain. Looks like someone recently washed their vehicle. You can park it there. There is a hose just over there. And then you can wash your vehicle any time of year, whenever you like. All right, so now we're going to have a quick peek at the gym, which again is included in the rent because it's paid for via the condo fees that the landlord pays. So that's where we came into the parkade a moment ago. There's their garbage room, and the access to the gym is just right around here. You can see that it's another security door. So there we go. So you do have a bathroom here. So there's sink and toilet. Well-appointed gym. So there we go, lots of cardio equipment. And you do have a multi-use station there for weights. I'll just go right over to the corner. Lots of windows overlooking a greenbelt. Some mirrors on the wall there and more cardio equipment. So a great gym. So there you go. So there's some of the things that you'll be using, or you could use if you'd like, if you live here. And now we're going right up to the unit itself. So again, a security door. Let's take our fob. In we go. And I could take the elevators, but I'm actually just going to walk. Up the staircase. And if I turn around, that's where the elevators would have dropped me off. There's a view to the lobby area. And then you do have a little library and sitting area over here. Some donated books, a little couch, and a card table. And now we'll go into the hallway leading to the unit. The unit is an end unit, so it's at the end of the hallway. And again, the views are amazing. Okay, so this is what the hallways look like, just like the rest of the building, nice and bright, clean. And we are all the way down to the end and on the left, because as I said, it is an end unit. The area is great. You are just at the cusp of Bedford, so Halifax and Bedford, so in the Larry Uteck area, so lots of shopping, amenities, public transit, highway access, schools, parks, the Atlantic Ocean. There's also lakes in the area for swimming in the summertime. Just a wonderful area. All right, so welcome to Suite 111. So when we walk in, on the left-hand side, this is your utility room. I'll go in there in a moment. This is going towards your main living area, your den or an office, and on the left-hand side is your master suite. On the right-hand side, that opens up to your kitchen and bathroom, or your kitchen and your dining room and living room. On the right-hand side, lots of closets, so lots of storage space. That's your second bedroom. So that's what I believe I mentioned earlier, the layout is great. So the bedrooms are separated, so they do not share a wall. So the master suite is here, and your secondary bedroom is right here. So it's totally separate, nice and private. And this would be your second bathroom. And if we turn right around, that's where we entered a moment ago. And I'm standing on ceramic tile right now. It's all solid surface flooring throughout. So what we'll do is we will go to the right first, and then we'll double back, and then we'll continue on. So first of all, let's open up some doors for you. So here's some storage. There's also some other items that are included in the rent that will be listed in the ad. There's a vacuum, as you can see here. There's all of the appliances in the kitchen. There's also some other appliances here. So you have a second fridge and a standing freezer. And there's a rug and some other things. So I'll be mentioning that as we go, but they will be listed in the ad itself. So shelving pretty much right up to the ceiling. I'll close that. And on the right-hand side, we have a bathroom. And in the real estate world, we would call this a cheater ensuite. Reason being is because you can get through it through the main area of the condo here, but then you can also get to the bathroom through a pocket door right here from a bedroom. Hence cheater ensuite. So we'll go back out to the main area. And so nice big vanity. There's your toilet. There's your shower, an acrylic shower with molded seat and shelving inside, glass door. And those are great, nice and easy to clean and maintain. Nice big mirror. And there's your light just above. And now we'll walk through the pocket door. So again, that's there. We'll just push it back into the wall. And now we're into the secondary bedroom. We'll open up your closet here. Please look beyond the items. These belong to the current tenant. So that laminate flooring goes all the way through. I'm standing on laminate floor now. And as I scroll up, there you're going to, or as I bring the camera up, there's your shelf and rail across the top. So all of the storage, the closets are great sizes, and all of the rooms are great sizes as well. And as I turn around, now you're starting to see a secondary bedroom. You do have a sitting area out there as well, and a view of the Atlantic Ocean. Just amazing, which is the Bedford Basin. So now we'll go into the unit itself. You are going to see some cable outlets and computer outlets here, and some power right beside it. And the reason why, our power drop right beside it, or an outlet there. And the reason being is when this was built, that was meant to have a television mounted on the wall up there, so it's not you know, on the floor or anything, nice and easy to install and whatnot. So that's why you would see those there. That's the sitting area, which we'll be going out in a moment. And you do have sliding pocket garden doors there with privacy glass. And I'll just turn right around. So a great size room. Should be able to handle any type of furniture that you have, bedroom-wise. We also have ceiling speakers in most of the rooms. So you can see one here and another one here. And each one of those speakers in the rooms, in the individual rooms, they have a control panel for volume and that type of thing right here. And I'll show you, there's a cabinet in front of this one, so I'll show you another one that's easily accessible for the camera. Now, most secondary bedrooms, you know, sort of are an afterthought in most homes and condos, but not this one. So as you can tell, different flooring, so laminate to laminate, but we do have those pocket doors, as I said. But now we're into a sitting area, and look at the view that, I mean, this whole condo has, but look at the view from the sitting area of your secondary bedroom. That is the Atlantic Ocean, and this is the Bedford Basin. I mean, just spectacular. Amazing, amazing. And there's one of the bridges that go between Halifax and Dartmouth. And I'll just turn right around. So the current tenant is using this almost as a little office. This folds out and there's a little desk. There's the bedroom and the two pocket doors with glass to allow natural light through. And you do have access to the balcony as well. And the views from that balcony are just awe-inspiring, just jaw-dropping. So we do have access here. And then there's your larger access through your living room and dining room area. And with regards to windows, most of the windows in these rooms have multiple windows here that operate, and then a fixed pane of glass in the middle. So that's what you have here. So natural light, fresh air, you can hear the ocean, you can smell the ocean. It's just amazing, simply amazing. All right, so now we'll head back to the common area. So going from the laminate floor back to the ceramic tile. And we'll go into your utility room first. And before we do that, so this is for your air exchanger. So fresh air out, fresh air in, stale air out, and also helps to control humidity, and that was serviced recently. Going to another version of solid surface floor here, looks to be possibly a laminate. So other than the appliances in the kitchen, which we'll see in a moment, these also are included in the rent. So we have a fridge and then a stand-up freezer. If I go to the right, again, this is your utility room, so this is your power panel, so breakers, and then this is going to be your telecom panel. And if I turn around, there's the washer and dryer, in good working order, nice and clean. There is the air exchanger humming away, again, fresh air in, stale air out, and helps to control humidity. And this was just delivered a moment ago, and this is a brand new mobile air conditioner. So this is included in the rent as well. So the tenant can move it around and use it as they wish. They just need to vent it out of one of the windows. It's a standing one, and like I said, it's a mobile air conditioning unit, and was just delivered. Okay, so now we're going to be going into the main area. So back to the ceramic tile. On the left-hand side, this is going to be our coat and shoe closet. So it's a nice deep closet. You also have a shelf there for additional shoes. And there's your shelf and rail across the top. Close that up. And as we come around the corner, we'll just take a break here. So this is your master suite. Beautiful master suite. Nice big windows, tall ceilings, solid surface flooring, just like for the rest of the unit. And as I turn to the right, this is our den/office. Another thing that's included in the rent is the amp just over there. So that's where all of the speakers are backhauled to. And I'll show you, let's see if I can find one here. So this is what all of the individual volume controls and that type of thing, this is what they look like. And they're all throughout the unit. So in the master bedroom, you can see two more speakers here. So in most of the rooms, you do have speakers, and then you do have control units on the wall, and that all comes back to that receiver, which controls it all, and that's included in the rent as well. So again, we're on the ceramic tile. We're going to go into, let's go into the master bedroom suite first. But just to complete my spin around here, so this is your den/office. We do have garden doors here with glass. And then we start to get into the main living area and the views of the Atlantic Ocean, and holy moly, and a beautiful big kitchen, fully appointed with great appliances. And if I continue to turn, that's where we just came from a moment ago. And this is what the thermostats look like. And again, your heat, your hot water, and your water are included in the rent. So we're going from a ceramic tile to a laminate, it looks like. And we'll just go right over to the corner. And this is a wonderfully sized, huge, or a big master bedroom. Nice big window there, natural light, fresh air. So if you have a king size bed and all the trimmings, furniture-wise, no problem. You'll be able to have it fit here. There's absolutely no problem with that. Let's go right over to the windows so you can see the view. So all of the window dressings and associated hardware belong to the current tenant, so they will be removed. So the new tenant will have to get some of those for themselves. So there's the view of the ocean, again, in right here, known as the Bedford Basin. And then you also have a green belt here as well. So nice and private, just a spectacular bedroom. And I'll just do a full 360 here so you can see the bedroom. So that is the walk-through closet, nice and big, and then the ensuite bathroom. And again, where we just came from a moment ago. So let's go into the walk-through closet, still on that laminate floor. And lots of storage here, lots and lots. So there's storage shelves, rails on the right-hand side when we walked in. If I just close the door a little bit, there's behind the door. So shelves, rails, organizers right up to the ceiling. So all the rooms, all the closets, great sizes. So we're leaving the laminate floor and going to a ceramic tile. So on the right-hand side, we have a double vanity. Then we have your toilet. Then we have a custom tile shower right up to the ceiling. Again, nice and clean, beautiful, and a soaker tub. Also nice and clean and ready to go. So wonderful, wonderfully large ensuite bath. And of course, you have another nice big mirror and your light above, and more ceiling speakers just above my head. And that's the control panel right there. Okay, we will continue on. Be going back into the main hallway, and then we'll go to the left first. So this is the den/office. So back on the ceramic, going back to the laminate. And as I come around the corner here, you're going to see all the cables for computer, the local area network in the unit, all of the speakers. This is where it all comes. That's where what all the wires are for. This is where you would have your modem, more than likely for your internet and whatnot. There is the receiver for all of the ceiling speakers, pardon me. And this is your view from these three windows. Very similar to the master bedroom. And once again, you have operating windows on the left and on the right, and in the middle, that's stationary. So you can open those up to bring in natural light and fresh air. Nice big den/office. Okay, so now we're going to be going into the main living area. And this is where, I mean, the whole unit is amazing, but this is really amazing. Nice tall ceilings, pot lights everywhere, ceiling speakers everywhere. You can see them all here and here. Crown molding all the way along. Beautiful solid surface flooring, another version of a laminate. And views all the way around with nice big windows. And there's no one up this high, so they're nice and private. And there's your balcony. I'll take you out there in a moment. So we just saw the living room. Now we're seeing the dining room. And as I continue to turn, there's your kitchen. Just an amazing unit. All right, so there you go. And then right back, of course, if I continue to turn, then there's the hallway we just came through a moment ago. So let's see your kitchen first. So nice big peninsula here. There's your double sink. And you do have, those are two of the stools, so those are included in the rent as well. This rug is included too. So you have a raised countertop here, so you can sit there and eat your lunch or your dinner if you wish. And those are your upper cabinetry. There we go. And here's your lower cabinetry. You also have a tile backsplash. So there's your lower cabinetry there. Lots of workspace, storage space. Just an absolutely spectacular kitchen. And appliances wise, you already saw the appliances in the utility room, but then you also have your fridge in the kitchen, your stove, your microwave range hood unit, and your dishwasher. Just a beautiful space. I'll just turn right around so you can see the view from your kitchen. So it's nice and open, so when you have friends or family over, you can certainly prepare food and still stay engaged in conversation. So I'm just going to go over to this corner to start with and look at the windows. So just like with the other rooms, so the ones at the sort of the bookend of windows are operational. So one here and one over there. So they open up, and then these are fixed pane. Okay. So I'll just turn right around so you can see the views of the ocean. And then a nice big room, lots of options for setting up your furniture. Back over to the dining room area and then to the kitchen. And I'll just go over, so there's your views of the water. So year round, the views are going to be spectacular. And I'll just do a little panoramic so you can see the view from this perspective. So nice and bright with those windows open as they are right now. I can hear the ocean and lots of fresh air. Okay, so this is your dining room area. Of course, you don't have to use it as that, but just because of the current light fixture, it's sort of designated as a dining room. And this mat or rug will stay as well. That's included in the rent. Just absolutely beautiful. Those windows are something else. Okay, so let's go out to the balcony. Here we go. Nice big balcony. So you have an upgraded railing system. Looks to be steel, vinyl, and glass. And here we go. Here's your view. Beautiful ocean view of Bedford Basin, which again is part of the Atlantic Ocean. You can see, again, one of the bridges there linking Halifax and Dartmouth. And if I continue to turn, then there's the door leading into that sitting area off your secondary bedroom. There's the visitor parking, just from a spatial awareness perspective. This beautifully sunny day. Whoever lives here is one lucky person. All right, now we'll head back inside. So thank you so much for watching. I know it's a longer video tour, but now you know everything about the unit and the condo corporation and where things are located. And of course, all the other vital information will be in the full ad itself. My name is Chris Ryan. I'm a property manager here in Halifax, and thanks again so much for watching. If you have any questions or would like to schedule a viewing, please reach out. My phone number is 902-830-4465. Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye-bye.